So I am going to just go ahead and run the action for frequency separation. Since you already have the action or have created the action, then you just run that action. Go to your Layers tab. You have your group high frequency and low frequency. Because this is going to have issues in texture and color, we're probably going to have to do both. So we'll zoom way in. We'll go ahead and zoom in on the face. Mine's a little pixelated since it's a Facebook download and not the original image, but you can kind of see how this is done. I'm going to go to the clone stamp, change that to 100, make sure my flow and opacity are 100 on the clone stamp. I'm on high frequency. The skin area that I'm going to sample, I'm changing my brush size. It's all the way soft, but I'm making it about a 53. You'll need a bigger brush for the original image. Alt click to sample the skin. So I'm going to take skin from over here and put it over here. Now you got to be careful. It took this skin and put it right over here. So I'm just going to go right over the top of that. And I'm going to click over here and just keep moving to make sure I'm not taking it too far. Now the issue is, even though it's actually color, the frequency separation is reading it as a texture differentiation because of how harsh the light difference is. Because you have to remember, all pictures are light and shadows. So when it's really harsh, sometimes you have to switch and do high frequency, even though it's actually a color issue. It reads it as a texture issue. So there's her face. We can do some evening out right here as well. Under high frequency. Just even out whatever we want to even out. And then you also have a lot of issues going on with her arm. Oh, and when you zoom in, you can see, or zoom out, you can see a little bit more. I'm going to make my brush a little bit bigger. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to fix some of that. Get that nice and went up there a little bit. Just going to move it down. But you also see the issues with the arm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And I'm going to take I'm going to use the texture from this arm and pull it over there to that arm. So I'm going to go right here in the middle, and you're going to have to click over a lot because the more you move over, like you can see, I just got an edge of that. I'm actually going to Control Z and undo what I just did there. But you're going to have to come over here and click a lot to make sure you get exactly the texture you're needing. Now keep in mind that once you take these shadows off that skin, I'm clicking right here now. Now I've got enough of a patch of skin that's good that I can just stay on this arm and use that skin. Once you've got the shadow and light taken care of on this arm, it's going to look strange that you have the light and shadow right here on the outfit. So you're probably going to want to even that out too. Now if you notice, this is what the program is reading as texture difference, but you still see it's very blotchy. So go to low frequency. I would go ahead and use the brush on this one. I have my brush set at 36% opacity, 37% flow. That's probably pretty good for this. I'm going to alt click and sample that skin color right there and just even that out over here because you want it to be more shadowed over here. Just keep evening that out. I'm going to get a much smaller brush. Get that color, even that out. Over here. I'm going to actually sample some of the shadow. Put it on the edge. Notice because you have so much green, your reflection is green. And because she's wearing pink, you're going to get a lot of pink undertones on the skin. But you kind of get the idea, and you keep playing with it until you get it exactly like you need it. I like to use a bigger brush for evening out the whole thing. So there's that. And again, I'm still on low frequency because I'm trying to even out that skin tone. Now we have the same thing going on the outfit. So we'll go back to our clone stamp over here. Sample some of that. Just even out those shadows. Otherwise it looks weird that you have these odd shadows on this outfit when there's none anywhere else. Notice that took care of the texture. Go to low frequency. Get your brush. Even that color out. You can even out some of those shadows a little bit. So you zoom back out. looks much, much better. And you can even out the highlights and things like that using the same frequency separation action. So, of course, you can see the before, after, compress that, Control-Shift-E to compress all those layers, and that one looks pretty good to go.